Millions of people are trapped in the aftermath of Florida still. High winds destroying homes in the Carolinas there. Now floodwaters continue to ruin cities as the rain keeps falling. That's where Hampton Roads comes in. Looking live at Sentara Norfolk General Hospital now. That's one of many groups sending help to the victims of Florence. 13 News Now reporter Meghan Puryear is here now. Meghan, you spoke with workers on their way to North Carolina?
Philip, that's right. Those teams just landed in Kinston, North Carolina when we spoke on the phone earlier today. That's right by New Bern, which is still experiencing downpours from Tropical Storm Florence. And our local Sentara team here in Norfolk is there ready in a makeshift hospital right now.
Tropical Storm Florence was hardly felt here in Hampton Roads, but heavy rain and flooding continues to be a problem in the Carolinas. But they've got local help. Norfolk Sentara is stepping in.
It's amazing looking at the track, how it just completely went around Hampton Roads. I think we're extremely blessed we weren't hit, and I think we're also extremely blessed that now we can respond since we were ready.
That's Chris Roberts, director of ER at Sentara Virginia Beach General Hospital. He's one of 21 staff members working as a support team.
I got a call yesterday about noon from North Carolina Emergency Management saying that they were setting up a mobile ER. A mobile emergency department in a high school parking lot.
The team is here to help relieve exhausted crews in the region.
There's just a surge of volume of patients and calls for help, so it really overwhelms the local system. And so we bring a fresh team down here, so we're giving all those people a break.
But the team may be the only medical relief for people in some parts of the region tonight, as the Neuse River is expected to flood.
Tonight about midnight, the river's going to swell over that bridge. When that bridge becomes impassable, half of a county here in North Carolina will have no hospital to serve them. And we're staffing a mobile ER we set up at a high school out in a parking lot in tents.
Stay with us on 13 News Now at 11 as we learn more about what these teams are facing in terms of injuries and illnesses from Tropical Storm Florence. Live in the studio, I'm Meghan Puryear, 13 News Now.
And there's a long list of other local groups going down to help. Meghan will have more on that. The National Guard at 11 o'clock tonight. Virginia's Task Force 2, based in Virginia Beach, is working on water rescues. Some fire departments from Northeast North Carolina sent their own squads. We told you about firefighters in Elizabeth City and Nags Head last night. And of course, locally based Coast Guard has been making rescues all weekend. And you can help. Lots of nonprofits are collecting donations to help the victims of Florence. One of them is going on until tomorrow. 13 News Now at the Hampton Roads Helps donation drive. They're filling a semi-truck full of donations. The group says since everyone's stocked up for a storm that never came here, it's a perfect time to donate, especially with the devastating weather still hitting our neighbors to the south.
It's pretty amazing. Hampton Roads has stepped up its game. We've been collecting supplies to take down to the food bank, the Northeastern Food Bank in North Carolina. We plan to take these trucks Monday.
And this is in Virginia Beach. They're taking collections at the Walmart and Hobby Lobby on Virginia Beach Boulevard near Lynn Haven Parkway. They need the usual non-perishable items. You can also drop off paper and hygiene products. Tomorrow you can drop them off from 8 a.m. until 6 o'clock at night. And don't forget about all those pet rescue groups are finding out there. A local group is collecting things to help out. The rescue Saving Snoots is looking for things like pet food and cat litter. They're also taking cleaning supplies. That includes things like mops, buckets, and bleach. They'll be making deliveries to the affected areas every other day, and you can drop those off at the Norfolk SPCA. Just tell them that you're donating for Saving Snoots Hurricane Collection. We have more information about donations on 13newsnow.com.